had an interesting conversation. This is really just so I can document the thought process, everything that went through. Um, I had a particular person who is in a leadership position. They're over quite a few people, and they were discussing with me some stuff that had happened in a particular employee that they felt they had a problem with. And I want to document this because I think there's a lot to unpack, but I'm just going to unpack a little bit of it, just the surface level stuff, but there's definitely a lot more underneath. Um, so, scenario was, without giving away too much information, that uh, there was a all call to do a cleanup, and there was this particular individual that was not participating in the cleanup. So, like, everybody was mopping and sweeping and doing all this stuff, and the leader, I don't even want to call him a leader, um, but they have good reputation and have good statistics with the place they work. But there's two people in charge, two representatives from two different areas. So those two are trying to fix this guy who's not not mopping, right? So that's the big thing. Like, everybody needs to be mopping, everybody needs to be helping clean up. And it was interesting because he's explaining the story to me. He's like, this dude wouldn't grab a mop, wouldn't would not participate, and went so far as to say these hands are not made for mopping. And that was his tone too, with the way he was describing that to me and what he was trying to portray to me. Like, so he was really, really selling this guy down. And what what stuck out in my mind, and I think this guy is used to this type of tactic working, and it's kind of the reason I want to document it, is he made the statement of, which first would be the right statement, like, no one is above cleaning. So that's what he said. That was a good mark. But then he said, there's only two people on here that are not to be cleaning. And that is myself and this other supervisor over here. Now, that was the tactical, not even tactical, that was the mistake. That's the thing I'm highlighting. So this guy is explaining all this to me, proclaiming himself as this great leader, and he's got this problem guy. Now, that's the stuff I said we'll unpack probably at a different time. And the reason I wanted to do this is there's quite a few other things that I didn't like about this guy. So I feel like this was a story lead up to a character assassination type thing. That's a harsh term, you know, character assassination. But that's what it was leading up to. Uh, anyway, sorry, something happened over there. I cut off my train of thought for a second. All right, so I'm back. The character assassination is basically what he was trying to do to me because I hold a linear position and have influence in that realm. The problem I had was that's not what a leader does. A leader pulls, manages push. Now, the guy in question is not very far in the hierarchy from that leader. And that's kind of where you get to the problem. Or the mistake is, he was looking for my support and my appall to someone to do that, but I could have none. I could have absolutely none because you're not sitting there with a mop in your hand. You can't take that approach and not expect resistance or resentment from the people below you. Maybe everyone was on the mops, but it's not because we're all on the mops because we're all going to be on the mops. A large portion of them were probably on the mops because they knew in the power dynamic they did not have the upper hand, and there would be potential retribution if they were not on the box. This guy saw it and did not care about the potential retribution. Sorry, my mouth's getting dry. And anyway, this is kind of I just wanted to put that out there because it goes deeper. Like I said, there were some other issues. So essentially, I'll just go ahead and back a little because I'm not that far into it. There were other issues that this guy wanted to highlight about this particular individual. So essentially, what he was doing is stacking the information. Further, the guy wasn't even there to defend himself, right? So, I've not met the guy, so I can't weigh him on any other metric other than what this guy's told me. Meaning, the next time I meet him, now I'm preloading with this information. Now, typically, I think that potential that can skew someone's perspective and go ahead and put a negative connotation filter on them. I think he gave me three or four examples. Only one of those examples were under his actual ability to do his job. The rest of the examples were to do with basically, I don't think he liked him. He has an opinion about him, and then he's looking for reinforcing factors to reinforce that opinion. Yeah, that's kind of where I'll leave that because I would have liked to have met the guy, got my own opinion about him before I really analyzed this down. But I am marking it because I see this reoccurring theme of people who think they're leaders that are really managers. They do not understand the concept of lead. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that for now.